Hello everyone and welcome to our Cleaners mobile app webinar. Today we're going to go over how to use the Cleaner mobile app from day to day. So my name is Darcy, I'm SWIP Training Coordinator, and I do webinars on the technical parts of SWIP, how to use features, how to use the system. So by the end of today's webinar, you'll be able to log into the SWIP mobile app and complete the following. So you'll be able to sign in and out of a shift at a location. So a location is a building or a site that you clean. You'll be able to view that building's security information, communicate with your team, view instructions and tasks that need to be completed at each site, request any supplies that is needed, and view your schedule and hours worked. So the first thing you'll want to do to get started is you'll want to download the app to your mobile phone by going to your phone's app store and searching SWIP. Once you find SWIP, you'll want to download it to your phone. Once it's downloaded, you're able to open up SWIP and you'll see the option to add a username and password. So your username and password are provided by your manager or supervisor, and the username, which here is showing email, will either be an email address or a phone number. So you enter in your email address, enter your password, click sign in. Now, if you receive this message that there is a problem, incorrect username and password, you'll want to verify your username, make sure it's spelled out correctly, and then your password. Now, passwords are case sensitive, so if you have an uppercase or a lowercase letter, you want to make sure those letters are uppercase or lowercase. Now, if that doesn't work, you can click this Forgot Password, and you'll be able to have the option to reset your password through your email. Now, if you receive this message, there is a problem, unable to connect, please check your network connection. This is an issue with your Wi-Fi or data. So if you're using data, you'll want to make sure you're in an area that you can get a strong data signal. So for example, outside the front door of a building. If you're using Wi-Fi and you're having issues, you'll want to do the same. Try and get a strong connection, and you can do that by getting as close to a router or a Wi-Fi extender as possible. And if you're unsure, just reach out to your manager or supervisor. They'll be able to provide you with further suggestions. Maybe you don't know where the router is. They'll be able to provide you suggestions on where you may be able to sign in best at that location. Now, once you sign in, you're going to see this as a main screen, well, without the red square. But you see a few options here. You have your locations. So locations, this is where you'll be able to view the locations you're cleaning and information like signing in, security information, cleaning instructions, supplies, and your location messages. And we're going to go deeper into those here in a minute. Then you have location messages. And this is where you can communicate with other cleaners, managers, supervisors assigned to specific locations that you're assigned to. So if you run into an issue at a location you're at, you're able to get ahead of the problem by sending a message and sending a picture. Then we have your schedules, which is where you can view your scheduled shifts and access that shift's location by clicking on the shift you're scheduled for. And again, I'll show you all of these a little more in depth here in a few minutes. And then timesheets. So timesheets is where you access the hours you have worked and previous shifts through timesheets. So now I'm going to go right into the app here. So I've logged in as Kelly Kapowski. I'm logged in as a cleaner. And first we're going to go over your schedule. So as soon as you sign into the app, you might see a red circle with a number over it. That means there is a notification in that place. So you could see it here. You could see it over your location messages. It's just that it means there's something there for your attention. So first we're going to go into your schedule. So I have something in my schedule. I'm going to click on your schedule. So here is where you will find your schedule. So your schedules will show up here. I see I'm working Friday, Monday, and Wednesday, 7 to 9 at Bayside High. But I also see that little yellow banner up at the top here saying that I have one unread update. So I'm going to click on that. And I see a new shift has been added. It's for Bayside High. I can click on View Details to view additional information. Now, there is this arrow in the top left-hand corner. I can use that to go back to my schedule. So at the top of the schedule, you'll also see that there's a drop-down that says next 7 days. You can view additional information about your schedule. So I could go the next 30 days, click Done, and view that additional information. Now, if I click on my shift, say it's 7 o'clock tonight, I want to sign in to my new shift. I'm going to click on the top one there, and it's going to take me straight to my location so that I can sign in by clicking Sign In. Now, the other way to access this information, I'm going to click Swept up here in the middle at the very top to take me back to my main screen. I can also access that information by going to Locations. So I'm going to click on Locations. I'll see the list of locations that I'm approved to. So I'm going to choose Bayside High. And from here, I can also click Sign In to sign in. So I'm going to click Sign In. So it says, welcome, you've signed in, click OK, and you're able to go on with your cleaning. Some additional information is you'll see the address of your location here at the top. And you'll see these additional icons here as well. So I've signed in today at 8:56, and I can continue on. So if I need to view security information, I can go to Security, enter my 4-digit PIN. So enter that here. There we go. And I can view the security information for accessing the building. So in this case, it's the security code of 1357. Then I can go back by hitting close. Now, when you're signing in, you could also see a few messages due to a geofence being set up at the location. So what the geofence is it's a virtual fence around the location that your team would have added through Swept. And when you sign in, your phone's going to reach out using GPS to make sure you're at the location. Now, there's a few things that could happen, and I'm just going to pull up my slides here so you can see some of the errors. So if you get the message unable to sign in, this means you have to be within the geofence that was created by managers or supervisors to sign in. So that's your team has drawn that virtual fence around the location, and when you sign in, GPS signal is sent to ensure you're at the location. So make sure you're at the location if you see this error. If you are, you'll want to reach out to your team so that they can look into this. Then there's GPS is disabled. Please allow GPS for the Swept app to be able to sign in and out of locations. So this means you need to activate your location services on your phone by going into your phone settings. And with the Swept app, you want to make sure to enable location services so that you're able to sign in. And then finally, we have collecting GPS data. Please wait and count down from 90 seconds. So this means that the GPS is unable to connect, so the system is attempting the connection for 90 seconds. If it does not connect, Swept will sign you in because you have your data and your Wi-Fi turned on, location services is enabled, everything's ready to go, but for some reason that GPS connection isn't getting out. So if you continue to receive the attempt to sign in, you might want to go to an area which has a better signal. So for example, at the front entrance. And if it still continues, you'll want to reach out to your team so that they are aware. So I'm just going to go back to the mobile app here. So we went over security, and now I'm going to go over here, cleaning instructions. So it's down here at the bottom. You'll see instructions, supplies, and messages. So if I click on instructions, This is where you'll find the cleaning instructions for your location that was entered by your team, so your manager or your supervisor. So along with this, cleaning instructions, location messages, and problems reported are included in our translation feature. So you can also have it translated. So if your main language isn't English, for example, you can set your language by going to the cog wheel in the top right-hand corner and going to settings. So I'm going to choose for Kelly, scroll down here and go to Spanish. Click done, save. And now when I go back, I'll see my cleaning instructions are now in Spanish because my main language is set to Spanish. I can click this the icon over on the right here to view in the language that it was written in. And also with location messages, which I'm going to show you here next, you can send a message in Spanish, and then if anybody who receives it has their language set to English, they'll see it in English, and then when they send a message in English, you'll be able to see it in Spanish. So we'll just jump right over to messages here. So we have messages down at the bottom as well. So go messages. And this is where you are able to communicate with other cleaners, managers, and supervisors assigned to this location. So as you'll see here, I have my language set to Spanish, so I'm receiving my information in Spanish. So I can send a message by clicking type a message. Just get my message there, hit send, and then my message has been sent. Can also attach a photo by clicking attach photos. And I can take a photo with my camera. I can take a photo here, click use photo, and that'll add the photo to the location messages. If you have an urgent issue, you can click mark as urgent and type your message. And when you do that, it'll send in red and a notification will be sent to your team with the message, but it'll say urgent ahead of it. Now, if I go back, the last option here is supplies. So with supplies, this is where you are able to request any supplies you need for your location. So I'm just going to click on supplies here. And I can see by the gray that there has been some supply requests. So all-purpose cleaner, garbage bags, hand towels, this has already been requested, and that's been sent to managers and supervisors so that they are able to deliver your supplies for when you're starting your next shift. But to request the supplies, you can enter the amount remaining. So I can say there is 5 remaining, but I need 6, and click submit supply request, and that's been sent along. And we also see that the supply request has been completed by our managers and supervisors. It's been delivered, so we're able to request these supplies again if needed as well. Now if I click on swept, it'll take me back to our main page. So you'll see by the green banner at the top, I'm currently signed in at Bayside High. And I can go to location messages, which will take us back to the message system we were just using. So you choose your location. So I'm at Bayside High, and I can view my messages and send my messages this way as well. So with the messages, you can use it to, if you see a stain on the carpet, take a picture of the stain and let your team know. Maybe there's a deep clean needed. I need some carpet cleaning, stuff like that. Or if you go in and something is broken, you can take a picture before you start your shift to let them know that that's been broken so that your team can relay that back to the client as well. Now if I click on swept, take me back to the main page. And now we also have timesheets. So what timesheets is, this is enabled for your company so that you can view your hours in your current and previous pay periods. So before I do that, I'm going to sign out of Bayside High by clicking on my green menu at the top, and I'm going to click Sign Out. So when you click Sign Out, you can click OK, or you can report a problem. If I click Report a Problem, again, where I have my language set to Spanish, I can report a problem in Spanish, and then any managers who have their language set to something different, that problem will show as reported in their language as well, so they'll be able to read it. So that translation is only for cleaning instructions, messages, and problem reports. If everything's okay, and click OK. Now, once a week, you'll get asked how you're feeling. So if you're not feeling great, you're having a really bad day, you could use the sad face. If you're feeling kind of meh, okay, you can use neutral. Or if you're having a really great day, you can use the happy face. So this is a mood report. The mood report will go back to managers and supervisors so that they know how you're doing. Where cleaners work remotely, it's good to just keep up to date on things, make sure everything's going great. So I'm going to click smiley face and OK. Now I've been signed out. So now if I go back to Sweat, I can click on my timesheets, and this is where I view my information for shifts that I have worked. So where Kelly is actually a new cleaner, she has only the one shift currently, the one we just signed out of. So I see Kelly worked at Bayside High, April 5th, for 0.15 of an hour. So the hours do show in decimal format. So if you work 2.5 hours, it's going to be 2.5. You'll see there's only recorded, and confirmed is currently set to 0. So recorded is from the time you sign in to the time you sign out. Confirmed is what's confirmed for payroll. So recorded and confirmed can be different information. Recorded could be 1.5 for an hour and a half, and you're confirmed maybe 2 because you get an extra half an hour for whatever reason. Maybe you had perfect attendance, you got an extra half an hour added on. So those may be different, but confirmed is what's confirmed for payroll. Now, if Kelly had additional information, she worked prior weeks, you'd be able to use the arrows here to move back prior weeks to view previous hours as well. Now, with Sweat, the other thing is you can get notifications. So with notifications, as long as you don't sign out of Sweat and you just have it running in the background, so you can close out of it, you just want to remain signed in. To sign out, you would go to the cogwheel in the top right-hand corner and click Sign Out. But as long as you just close it down, but remain signed in, you'll get notifications. So if a shift is added, you'll get a notification of any shift changes. You'll get notifications of messages sent through location messages. As well, if your shift was set to start 10 minutes ago, you'll get a late alert. So with late alerts, they send 10 minutes after your shift has started so that you know maybe you forgot to sign in for whatever reason, or maybe you're just running late. It's just a reminder that your shift started 10 minutes ago. So that is the Sweat Cleaners app. Thank you for attending the webinar, and you guys have a great day.